Welcome everybody to Age of Radio Mercury, your home for podcasting and pop culture news. I am really excited because we should be live on Instagram right now. I can see it on the live producer, but I don't see it changing as I'm changing what we're doing. Oh, there it is. There's just a giant lag. So I'm gonna put this down so I don't pay attention to that, and you should be able to see mine and Trey's beautiful faces on Instagram live now, and it should be landscape. So we're making a lot of great changes. Trey, before I get into everything, I want to let everybody know that we have a great show in store for you. We're going to talk about the Game Awards. Trey's going to get mad at me because I did not watch the Game Awards, and we did not do anything in Discord for the Game Awards because my life yesterday was freaking crazy. I'm trying to get a lot of changes done for multiple of my businesses, including Age of Radio as well. But we are back here to talk to you all today about the Game Awards and something that I'm really excited for. There's a change in Spotify and how they're going to allow people to do algorithms, which I'm really excited for. The brief part that I read. So my mortal enemy is doing something good, it seems like. But before we get into all of that, I do want to yell at Josh real quick. I'm going to throw this back up here. Josh, in the future, you need to, oh, it's not pushing it back up. I don't know. Maybe we have too much stuff going on. Hopefully, hold on. Let me see if I can. Nope, it's not doing it. It's not pushing. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's this huge lag. I'm going to blame Instagram. Okay, so there's Dustin's beautiful face. There's mine and Dustin's beautiful. Josh, what happened to my hair in this picture? One, and why are my cheeks so fat? For the love of God, I wasn't that fat in freaking August at XRP Las Vegas. Lord Almighty. Dustin looks amazing though in this picture. Look how thin his neck looks. It looks fantastic. Love his long neck in this picture. Anyway, Trey, you were back in the great state of Montana, sir. Tell me about your flight home, and were you able to watch any of the Game Awards?
I wasn't. I had been kind of shuffling through, driving through Arizona because again, I'm as much as other stuff I am missing. I am not missing your guys' traffic.
Yeah, our traffic is effing horrible, and I have to drive later today. I'm really excited about it. Daryl's having a birthday party. I'm not going to go that far because Mario has a cat. And if you don't know who any of these people are, that's okay. I just pretend that everybody who watches this show knows everything about everything that goes on in my life. I'm also going to yell at Dustin one more time about something because he changed all the camera settings from our live show that we did last week at LipCon, and I tried to reset them all, and I couldn't. So I have the lights are so bright in here to bring light into this freaking camera. Actually, maybe this will change something. Let me mess around with this here. Oh my gosh, Willie! And you know what the bad part about being on Instagram now is? William's back on the show. William says, actually, he might not be watching it on Instagram. Uh, uh, William, where are you watching this at? So I know what's going on in life. Just let me know when you have a chance. I'll appreciate that.
I sorry, there's a little logo right beside his profile. It's YouTube.
Oh, it's YouTube. He's watching it on YouTube. I see it. Yeah. So let's just point this out real quick that Trey is hard of seeing, and he was able to see that, and I couldn't see it in any way whatsoever. So Trey, last week we were at LibCon West. We had a couple of interviews. We had a makeup tutorial. You got to see the ridiculousness that is Chuck and Dustin and I guess Jinx also. How was that being live with us during that specific event? Tell me a little bit about how your feelings, your emotions. Are you going to come back and see us?
I would love to come back and see you guys. It was a ton of fun. It was a lot, especially. Well, it was my fault more or less. I think I didn't sleep enough, but also I need to make sure that next time I bring like a water bottle.
Oh yeah, just so everybody knows, whenever I do event, I'm like, I just go, and then like I'll get dehydrated and I'm like tired, and I just keep going, and I forget that not everybody is that way. And like I never get water for anybody. For a long time there, I never even allowed people to go get food when we were doing the events because there was just so much stuff that we were trying to do. And I didn't think about that because I just go. But you were probably dehydrated, Trey. You probably got super dehydrated.
I don't know. It's always a thing of like either it was sleep or it was water. I think it might have been a little bit of both because I poor management on my part, but
Yeah, but we can blame Dustin. So that's why we always have these media assets here with Dustin's beautiful face so that we can punish him. And by the way, if Josh is watching this, remind me, Josh, you need to make me more images. In fact, I got a fun little surprise for these bad boys here, these little flags for the microphones. I'm gonna get a bunch of these with just Dustin on them. And then we're just gonna have pictures of Dustin on these flags when we walk through the vendors. What was your favorite part about the being at the event, Trey?
um I really enjoyed going live with you guys at the beginning. That was kind of surreal. I've never had like the encapsulated headphone mic type thing. That
Yeah.
was different. Um, but honestly, like it was just kind of like a day hanging out, I guess. Like I didn't really notice a lot of, like we didn't really engage a lot with the rest of the event, but um,
Yeah, because we kind of get secluded into what we're doing and then we never like talk to any like we don't go and do anything with the event.
but that's okay. Honestly, I really enjoyed hanging out with everybody.
Yeah,
We've got a
and
really
this
good team.
yeah, we have a really great team. They are a lot though. But that's the reason why we have them so we can have different personalities kind of at the events. We just kind of probably need to clean some stuff up and organize some of the stuff better and like conversation and so forth. But I think that we're getting there. This more real quick and William points out here that Dustin looks like Rorschach from the Watchmen movie. He might be Rorschach, William. You never know. Dustin leads a very interesting life. We never know what Dustin's doing at any given point in time, so you never really know. But one of the things that I do like about the different personalities, I think, is just because I think it just gives a different insight into kind of what's going on with like whatever it is that we're talking about. I think the longer events are a little bit the problem with this event with LibCon West is I couldn't get they didn't release to me like any of the people like the vendors or any of the information about anybody that was going to be there, so it was really difficult for me to go and like reach out to people beforehand to get people to show up for like to do interviews and things like that. But I think that we just need to get some better commentary and like during the show. I think we could do a little bit better with that. But we always run into technical difficulties. It's constant shit show of technical difficulties, which is crazy because like which is weird, which is good because if you look back over the years that we've been doing this, the year that we've been doing this since it was just an Instagram live show, like it's gotten drastically better. Like this was the best streaming vendor walkthrough that we've done because we added a Starlink to it. So now we have the Starlink and 2 cell cards, and I have an idea for some other cell cards to get that bonder a lot tighter so that we can do the vendor walkthrough, because the vendor walkthrough is the thing that grabs most of the people to watch it because they can see what's going on at a conference without being at the conference. So my goal is that I'm planning to go to Indiana next year for Gen Con. Not only because I want to go to Gen Con because it's a gaming conference, but it'll get us into a different type of conference. And I had confirmation between 2 different individuals that that were asking me to go out of the state, and then there was another individual that didn't know that I was thinking about that, and they brought up, hey, have you ever thought about going out of the state because it'll get you the more ability to do it to get around more people. And I was like, hey, that's interesting because that's two things that happen simultaneously. Not saying that it was like some kind of like destined type of thing, but in my mind, I like thinking about those things, and I'm like, oh, let me think about that more, and maybe I could do it. What'd you do on your flight home, Trey? It was a 2-hour flight home, 3 hour? How long was it?
It was like a 2.5 hour flight home. Mostly listening to podcasts and playing. Here's a weird one. There's a new version of Subway Surfer out.
The hell is Subway Surfer?
Oh, it's a mobile game. Have you ever played Temple Run?
Yes, I loved Temple Run.
Okay, think Temple Run where it's a little bit less. I don't know. You don't tilt the thing. You just swipe left and right to switch between 3 different lanes. And it used to be a very paid experience, they just released a version for Apple Arcade, which means you can play it offline, which is kind of
Yeah,
weird.
which is actually one of the cool things one of my favorite branding things of all time is when Apple came out with Apple Arcade. I just love how the arcade. I love the way it looks. Like they have that arcade section when you go into the store. I mean, I don't know what they actually sell there, but I've been into an Apple store one time when I got my Cosmic Orange Apple i17, which I'm going to start using here for something new tomorrow morning if I get up on time. So I can't be out late tonight. And so, but I'm really excited about that. Hold on, I'm going to show this real quick because this game looks fun as hell. Oh, and Trey, you're back in Montana. We got to play Mario Kart now. We got to get some Mario Kart stuff going. We've had Mario Kart forever, I feel like, and we've never freaking done anything with it. We should play this game.
Yeah.
Is this it? This is Subway Surfers, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
What do you do with this sword?
Sword?
I don't know. This kid's got a freaking sword. It's like a North Pole thing with a sword.
That's on Apple Arcade?
I don't know. This is on their homepage. It says subwaysurfers.com.
Oh. I wonder if they do multiple games. Maybe they do multiple games, or I don't know. I've never noticed maybe I just am not that far into
Can you
the
hit
game.
people while you're surfing? Can you just
Not
knock them around?
Of.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Trey,
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to do my best to read these articles today. The lights are so effing bright in here. Like, I should probably turn the ISO up on this camera, but I have it at 400. But because then it was getting all super grainy. All right, well, so have you looked at anything about what's happened? Because we got our new GIF or GIF or whatever the fuck they're called. Excuse my language. What are they called? Look at this. Oh, that's the one that just hold on. We got to put the GIF up. Hold on, it's prediction time. Wait, hold on.
There we go.
Oh my god, it's so slow. I'm gonna blame Instagram, and it's only doing it on the portrait version of it.
Oh, I think it's because it only does the.
Oh, there we go. I got it.
Oh, okay.
All right,
perfect.
Prediction time. We're gonna kick this off because the Game Awards were last night. There was something really exciting about the Game Awards. They did a Street Fighter thing, and it was looks horrible. Excuse my language. Did you watch the Street Fighter preview?
I did not watch any of the previews. I was trying to get all of the articles together.
Yeah, I know. We're having a heck of a time. I can't get this prediction time to stop. I don't know what's going on. Oh my gosh, I clicked it on again. It's back up again. All kinds of bad stuff is happening, which is normal how it goes. Trey, did you get some sleep though when you got back home, Trey? Are you rested?
Oh,
you think you're rested back though from getting home?
I think I'm pretty.
Is Grandma
rested.
glad you're home? We haven't had Grandma in the show in a long time.
Oh, she's so glad.
I haven't got music for Grandma.
Oh, that's fun.
All right, Grandma's not there. We should get Grandma a guitar and a rock outfit and have her come in on this a couple of. So Saturday night when we went out for Jessica's or Jinx's birthday, we went to a karaoke or whatever. So I was so exhausted, Trey, because so Trey was in Goodyear for people. Trey was in Goodyear. I picked him up. We went to LibCon West. Then we went from back to my house to unload stuff. Then we went out to Scottsdale from Glendale. And then from Scottsdale, we went back to Goodyear to drop Trey off. And then I went back out to Mesa to go to the karaoke. But during it, Jinx asked me, she said, "Is Trey like your cousin or something?" I'm like, "No, why do you think that?" And she was like, because you always say grandma, like you guys have the same grandma. And I'm like, no, I just call it grandma's grandma because I mean that's just respectful, and that's what it's Trey's grandma, and then that way we know who I'm talking about, and there's no confusion on what's going on in that situation, right? I don't know. So you haven't had a chance to do. So have you done anything since you got? What time did you get back in last night?
About 8:00, 8:15.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And then
all right.
I just kind of. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Trey. No, continue. Go.
And I was just gonna say I got my keyboard set up and then hit the rack.
Hit the rack? You started drinking? I'm just kidding. Mm-hmm. You went to sleep. I know what you mean. I'm just kidding around. I'm trying to find this prediction time again. I want to do it one more time for everybody who has not seen it yet. I want to annoy the piss out of everybody with it. Prediction time. Oh, yeah. Colors look good, too. It's pixelated as hell, but that's because freaking the size of it is all super, super low size. All right, let's do this. Prediction time. All right, so I have, oh, shoot, where's the predictions? I have the wrong sticky notes. So wall of sticky notes up. Okay, I have the predictions, and somehow they got coffee all over them now. Probably going to have to organize the prediction stuff a little bit better in the future, but we'll get to that. All right, prediction time. You had Game of the Year. You said Death Stranding, and you were wrong.
I was wrong.
It was Claire Obscure Expedition 33 was the winner of Game of the Year. Have you played Death Stranding 1, Trey?
I have not, no.
Yeah, me neither. I was also wrong. I would have thought that it would have went to Hollow Knight. All right, Game of the Year. After that, I don't know what any of the things that we said were. The next thing that you said would win is Ghost of Yote. Best game direction, maybe?
That was it, yeah.
Okay, it also went to, if you guys can't see it on the screen, it also went to Claire Obscure Expedition 33. So that's exciting. John says that they need some new Resident Evil games out. I don't know if when the last Resident Evil game was out. Do you know?
There's a new one coming.
Dang!
I don't know when the last one was out.
All right. And then I have Best Indie. Is that
might have been Best Indie, yeah.
Now let's see here. Best is that in here? No.
Should be.
Should have been at the top. Was it at the top?
We skipped around, Jeremy.
Yeah, but I'm looking through all these best narrative. Oh, look, that light went out. See, that's how. Oh my gosh! Now I'm even darker. For the love of God, Dustin! Dustin, for the love of God, fix the camera. Someone go yell at Dustin right now. Whoever's watching this can get a hold of Dustin. Someone yell at Dustin. I gotta switch that light out or make these other lights brighter. One of those two things. Hold on, let me see how bright I can make these lights. I don't know. We'll just do this in the dark.
Are you going to mess around with that for a bit, or did you want to continue? Because if you have something that you're going to mess around with, I have something I can talk about for a bit.
I would love that, Trey, while I fix this problem that we have. And fantastic. I guess William's going to go walk his dog. So thank you, William, for letting us know that. I appreciate you. Walk the hell out of that dog, sir.
Yeah. So for the first time this week, I have uncovered a dream car.
A dream car? Like you found a car that you want to buy?
It's a car that I would customize. I was talking to ChatGPT about
what car is it?
I'm going to take a Ford Crown Victoria 2011. The police interceptor model.
Yep, you've been hanging out with a lot of police people lately, so I can understand that.
That's not why.
It's just a joke, Trey. It's just a joke.
I know. It's funny, but yeah, I know. It's so the Ford Crown Vics are supposed to be very easy to repair and very easy to customize, and that's why I did it. And I'm not going to go too far into details.
How are you going to customize it? What are you going to customize? Like Pimp My Ride? Do you remember that MTV show Pimp My Ride? Are you going to like drop it down and put it on like airbags and then like put lowrider things, like the things that can make it jump, or like put like hydraulics on it?
Oh dear God, no.
My gosh, very anti-hydraulics. But so what are you going to do to it?
So I'm choosing the police interceptor because it's better for Montana weather. And I'm going to wrap it in matte ruby red, and I'm going to put a very shiny lightning bolt from the door area. And then I'm going to put reflective material along the trims and the lips of the wheels and the bumpers and the rockers. So that at night this thing will have like a cyberpunk profile.
That will be amazing. I didn't hit it in time though. I said it though. That's important. That's the most important thing. All right, you're gonna get like half of my face, and then I'm gonna yell at Dustin later. So if everybody can email Dustin at dustin.malacini@3twarrioracademy.com, just bombard his email with problems. I would forever be grateful for you to do that because it would be freaking hilarious. All right, let's get back into this. Okay, so
Yes.
Trey's gonna get a Crown Vic. I'm really excited about that. I think we're gonna do an episode of Pimp My Ride. We'll have to get. I think that we'll do that somehow. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but the more people that watch this show and the more advertisers we can get to it, the more stupid shit that I can have happen to everybody that's a part of the show. So I just want you all to remember that the goal is to continue to grow and do stupid shit.
It's like a dream thing. My plan is to put 200K into it.
My gosh. So we're going to need a lot of advertisers. So he's going to pimp his ride to $200,000. All right. We got, okay. So this says best. I feel like this says best indie, but there's not, Trey, I see on, there's not, oh, I found it. It's best independent game. It's the full words. The full words. All right. Best independent game. Went to Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I said Expedition 33 and you said Expedition 33. So we got that one right. So far we're one. You got one and I got one.
Yeah.
And then after that, I have no idea, but you said Defiance and I said Expedition 33. So I'm going to assume that I won.
I'm pretty sure you won. I'm pretty sure that was best RPG. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah. Best RPG also went to Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Yeah. All right. Well. Again, let's go through all these. Is this in the Discord? If people want to see these.
Yes, sir.
I want to watch previews so that I can fix my lights because that'll distract everybody, and then I can go yell at Dustin. In fact, you know what, John? Hold on, John's on here. I'm going to get your channel. See, John's going to get the channel blasting off. John, what you need to do is go into 3-2 Warrior Academy, find Dustin, and just start berating him with messages about how the camera, you changed all the camera settings for Libcon West. And again, this show does pretty good on the afterwards, and we're continuing to grow. But I appreciate that, John. I would love for you to blast this bad boy off. The best way to do that, share this bad boy and come to our live events. John, you should come to every live convention that we have moving forward. I think that would be really fun. But big shout out to John. He's been a warrior in our 3-2 Warrior Academy for a long time. He also watched our live with Mario yesterday. Did you get a chance to see that, Trey?
I didn't, unfortunately.
It's actually one of my Mario's really good at conversation, and you're good at conversation too. But from a conversation show, he did a really good job, and I hope to have him back at have to have him back. They're all in Arizona, John. We do everything in Arizona except we're going to go to Indiana. John, let me know. I don't know if you want to put this on here, but where are you at? I want to know where you're at because then if you're in a state that has conventions, we're going to start doing some other conventions. We did. Trey, do you realize we did like 9 conventions this year? I've done like 13 conventions this year.
Good grief. That's a lot of...
It's so exhausting. That's why my face is so fat and all inflated and probably need to go to an ice bath here soon. It's getting crazy. All right. So now for the fun part, the first thing that I want to talk about is I'm going to talk about this Street Fighter situation because the Street Fighter situation is ridiculous. And I don't know if it's because of Instagram stream key, but there's like a super lag when I move back and forth between stuff. All right. Yeah. Let's see here. So you haven't seen this ridiculous Street Fighter.
I have not.
Trey?
Okay.
We have a super big lag. I'm really excited about it. No, I can hear you now. It's just super lag. We're going to need that $200,000 sooner, everybody. So if you can get that 2,000, because like the internet connection just like went away, just went. Now Trey's gone again. For the love of God, we should just connect you know what I should do? I should connect the Starlink outside and then use it as a secondary reserve. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Okay. So this is Street Fighter. So last night, Jason Momoa, I think two of the other, I think Chun-Li. I mean, Jason Momoa is a real person. Chun-Li is a person that's a Street Fighter, the actress. And I think the person that's playing Ken or one of them came on stage and they broke the news that there's going to be an upcoming Street Fighter live action movie. There wasn't a whole lot to glean about the story, but there's plenty of punching, kicking, and other mayhem. This is the worst trailer in the history of trailers, Trey. I'm going to put it up here now. We're going to probably watch it like 4 times because I'm going to try to up the ISO on this camera so I can get some better imagery. But we're going to throw this up here and we're going to play this Street Fighter trailer.
Okay.
All right, Trey, what do you think? What were your first thoughts on this trailer that we watched twice?
I can't tell if it's camp or corny. That's my first thought.
Right, that's what my thought was. I was like, this looks corny as hell. It looks freaking horrible. Like, I don't know. Like, I think the problem though was with the trailer. The problem with the trailer was they didn't tell any of the storyline.
Yeah, they
like you can't tell like what's correct. You can't tell what the purpose of the movie is. Which I guess is kind of understandable because of the fact that it's like the first like teaser for it, and they did that at the Game Awards. But I still think it's a little. I still think they could have either done a better trailer, or it's just going to be a weird shit show fighting movie. I mean, I'm going to watch it, but I don't know if I'm going to 100% like it. Did you watch the Mortal Kombat one?
So I did. And the first one I really liked, actually.
Are we talking about the original?
Yes, the original.
First ones are like the remake first.
I have not seen the remake.
One.
I have not seen the remake. I don't know if you're catching what I'm saying or not.
Net problems today. Trey,
I'm here.
You're back.
I've been here. I haven't disappeared.
I don't know what's causing it. It's yeah, you disappeared for a second. Did I disappear?
No, I've just been here, sitting here, waiting for you to reply to me. Guys, have I disappeared?
Yeah, you disappeared on my end, but it could have been me disappearing and what might have really happened. I'm trying to fix these other freaking lights. Okay, now we're a little bit better. I'll yell at Dustin later. All right, so thoughts on it. Are you going to watch it, Trey? And which Mortal Kombat were you talking about?
The original. I was talking about the original.
Like got it. How did you watch the remake first? The one that came out like, I don't know, 5 years ago or 3 years ago or whatever that was? Not. It was all right. I like the original ones a lot. All right, I'm going to move on. After some awards and a clear obscure musical performance, well, we should find that clear obscure musical performance. We got the first trailer for Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic by Argonaut Studios. The game is a single-player action RPG, and ex-BioWare director Casey Hudson, who is known for his work on the original KOTOR and the Mass Effect trilogy, is returning to Star Wars for this project. KOTOR is Knights of the Old Republic, if you're new to acronyms, because I hate acronyms. All right, let's see what this one does. This is the most boring trailer in history.
Yeah.
What in the hell was that? What was that? That was ridiculous. Who's allowing people to make these trailers?
Are they just allowing people to make cuts of the movie or the game now? Like just
I know, that's ridiculous. That was horrible. All right, okay, that's Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic. I don't know which ones you want to watch. There's Divinity. After lifting a bunch of people off the ground, Baldur's Gate 3 developer Larian revealed what the mysterious statue Kaylee had been teasing all week for us. A new entry into the Divinity series. All we saw was a pretty brutal cinematic trailer of a man being burned alive in front of a crowd. All right, let's see this guy being burned. This is going to be a trailer of a guy just burning alive. Watch. I bet you that's all that this is going to be. That's all that's going to happen in this trailer.
That's probably all that's going to...
Oh, it's moving me to YouTube. We're not going to watch it because I have to change the thing, and it's for adult audiences only because people are burning, and this is a kid's show. Even though I swear every other 5 minutes, I'm still actively saying that this is a children's and family show. For Loop announced trailer after a lovely speech from the best performance winner for Jennifer English. There was a new shooter roguelike from Sony and Bad Robot called For Loop. That might be fun. Have you seen this trailer?
I haven't seen any of them.
I'm gonna yell at communications. Spotify, you've gone to second place. I'm blaming Instagram. The only thing we've changed on this is giving Instagram a freaking stream key. All this is Instagram's fault. Yeah, I know. John even said, look, that blue donkey nuts. This is a kid's show, John. We can't swear on here. All right. William Pace, who's a huge Star Wars fan. Star Wars, left-leaning, super liberal. William, I'm just kidding. William, I'm messing with you. Trash. Yeah, there's a big John, we have a internet issue right now. I don't know. It has been working pretty good. I might just throw my Starlink out front moving forward and just connect to that bad boy. I feel like that would be better than stupid Cox Communications, who has a freaking monopoly on the freaking internet here in Arizona. Sorry, what's going on a rant here? All right, let's watch this bad boy.
Welcome back, team. Now, I need you to brace yourselves. Earth was invaded. Lost in less than a minute. All of this was our fault. We're the only ones left who can fix it. And you must use our machine, the same machine that broke the world, to unbreak it. Now, I know what you're thinking. This bloke's gone insane. This plan sounds impossible, and we're probably going to die. But that's where you're wrong. You're definitely going to die. It's all part of my new plan. Every time you fail, we'll use our machine to bring you back.
Reprinting. Reprinting.
If you can relentlessly experiment Test strategies. Learn from your failures. You will become the world-saving team humanity needs you to be. Trust me, the voice in my head hasn't been wrong yet. From now on, nothing is impossible. Now get out there and fail to see the world.
It's amazing.
That actually looked
But
really
I'm going to
good.
say this. Bad Robot is J.J. Abrams' production house. And once again, it doesn't look like J.J. Abrams can come up with an original thought on his own, because this is literally just Mickey 17. Like, this literally, like the plot's a little different, but the idea of the reprinting over and over and over was just Mickey 17. Have you seen Mickey 17, Trey?
You're speaking gobbledygook to me, man. I've never even heard of that movie.
Mickey 17 is by Bong, the famous Korean director who made Parasite. And so in the movie, Robert Pattinson is like this kid who tries to escape from Earth, and because they got into some trouble, so they sign up for this ship that's going to try to colonize other planets. And in it, he signs up to be a reprinter. And so what the purpose of him is that they do experiments on him so that they can figure out, like, let's say they get to a planet and it's like disease ridden or something. They send him out first to get sick and die. And then they like reprint his body. And then what ends up happening is there's a situation that happens where there's a reprinting that gets split. And then there's a bad version of him and a kind of like the regular version of him. And it's just the storyline of each of them. Yeah, it's a really good movie, but that's kind of like what this premise was. And I like giving J.J. Abrams a hard time because I'm not a J.J. Abrams fan for the most part, but and that's why, is because I don't think that he's ever made an original movie, but that we're not going to talk about. Because I mean, he made episode 7, which is literally just episode 4 of Star Wars. I mean, if we're thinking about it, nothing's different in it. All right, Trey, I can see that you're super excited by my conversation.
No. I'm fine. I'm actually, so I like, he did 7 and 9, didn't he?
I think he did 7 and 9. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's the whole conversation of, the Star Wars trilogies rhyme or whatever, like back in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, the guy's not great. I'm not a huge fan of his either. Also, are all of his
I don't know what happened. I can't get to the. We're having all kinds of technical difficulties today. I'm really excited. Trey, I lost you again because this whatever's happening today is amazing. The best thing that's ever happened to us is happening today.
I'm still here.
Yeah, and then the page broke. All right, we're not going to watch any more trailers because the trailer situation is not working in any way whatsoever. We're going to watch trailers again. Go watch all of the shows or go watch all of the trailers. They're all on. Yeah, like this entire page just died. Like, I don't know what happened. I have full internet connection. Nothing's wrong with this interconnection. Everything's looking fantastic. I don't know what's going on. I'm blaming Instagram. Meta, this is all your fault. I hate you. That's my response to this. All right, let me see if I can share this Golden Globe screen and we can talk about the 2026 nominees for the Golden Globes Best Podcast. All right, let's see here. I'm really excited that Joe Rogan isn't on this, though. I don't know if that made you happy, too, Trey. 2026 nominees for the Golden Globes Best Podcast were announced. The first time podcasts have been recognized. The nominees are Armchair Expert, which is with Dax Shepard. It's a Wondery podcast, so a big, huge, giant conglomeration. It's Amazon. Call Her Daddy, which is on SiriusXM, another giant organization. Good Hang, which is a Spotify. That's a giant organization. We got Smartless, which I love Jason Bateman and Will Arnett, so I'm not gonna go too hard on that one. But again, Smartless, SiriusXM, a giant conglomerate. The Mel Robbins podcast, also on SiriusXM, and Up First by NPR. a great organization, a big organization, a nonprofit organization, but still a large organization. So Trey, one, what are your thoughts on these being all giant organizations? One, and then two, have you listened to any of these and do you think any of them will win? And is there one that you want to win?
Okay, so I'm actually kind of hoping that the Mel Robbins one will win, just because her books are kind of fantastic. She has some really good books.
What books does she write? Does she do the? Go ahead.
There's the Let Them Theory. There's the 5-second Rule. There's a couple of others.
Okay, yeah, okay. I know which ones they are. Shout out to Mr. Flex-a-Lot. Vaughn's up in the house. Vaughn, we got to get you on the creators. What's that segment that we're starting, Trey? I always forget the name of it. Creators. Yours is Maker's Remarks.
Maker's Remarks.
Well, yours is Maker's Remarks. Mine is
Conversations.
No, Conversations is the Age of Jeremy one. It's where I interviewed Amber from the comic book creator. What did I call it? Meet the Creator. That's what it's called. Meet the Creator. Vaughn's going to be on Meet the Creator. You're jealous is showing that you're not a big conglomerate. I'm a kind of a big conglomerate. I'm not a big conglomerate yet. I don't mind. Actually, I like SiriusXM. I'm a big fan of the Howard Stern show. The problem is there's a lot of great shows out there that just don't have the backing. Like there are large shows out there that are independent. And even though I'm glad that Joe Rogan wasn't on this list, Joe Rogan's a perfect example. I take that back. Joe Rogan got bought by Spotify. Never mind. There is no example. I have no example whatsoever on this. I want Smartless to win because I'm a huge Jason Bateman fan. I think Jason Bateman is one of the greatest business minds in media that's ever, ever been alive. I think that one of the greatest stories that I've heard about Jason Bateman was him and Will Arnett rented an office. And this is what I find from the most successful people that I meet is that Jason Bateman would get up, he would go to the office at 9. He would work on their business stuff. They would do their podcast. They would do all the media stuff, their business stuff that they needed to do. And then he would leave at 5. Will Arnett, who's also very successful, but Jason Bateman, they had the office and Jason was always like, why are you never in the office? And he's like, I didn't become an actor so I could go to an office every day. But Smartless got sold to SiriusXM. Their partnership was for like $200 to $300 million. Not only that, Jason Bateman is in some of the best shows over the last 10, 15 years, such as Ozark. I don't know, everything. And they have their live Smartless show now. I know Jason Bateman does a great job. I want a Jason Bateman to win. But them being all big corporations, what are your thoughts, Trey?
I kind of think it's inevitable. Honestly, it's like, and so going back to the Game Awards, I expected Cleric Expedition 33 to get an award or 2 or 3. They got 9.
Yeah, which means that we should probably go play it because I've never played it. Have you?
I have not. No, that's what I'm thinking because usually these events, including the Golden Globes, are like money gets passed around. It's kind of an open secret. So I'm not surprised that a bunch of big corporations are in the running. But it also just shines further light on how the hell did Expedition 33 make that?
I think games can be a little bit different though, especially like with the game awards. And I think that the reason being is because in video games, at least, I feel that the corporations, there's so many independent games. So they need to have people understand the independent games so that they can get them on the platform so more and more people can play them. Because if not, then people are just always going to be going onto the platforms for these large, big releases, which take a lot of money to make. And I don't know how much, Expedition 33 costs to make, but I think in the gaming sphere, independent gaming can be like something more relevant than you'll find in like movies or you'll find in like these larger award ceremonies where most of the time they are bought. And that's more of my problem. it's not like a bunch of people that got together that loved podcasts. We're like, let's go through all of these podcasts that we know about and come up with the ones that we really think are going to be best of the year. It's always like big brand ones, the ones where the large corporations or the large conglomerate companies can go in there and push for their thing to go because they can, however the paying system works for it, right? I'm not saying that the paying for it was that they directly pay for it, but there's some type of like maybe a quid pro quo to get you in there so that you can push your thing because they need to make a profit on it. Because I don't think freaking Spotify's ever made a profit off of their podcast division. All right, moving along. NYC Podcast Award launches, aiming to recognize creators. I was really excited about this. Just days after the announcement of the Golden Globes podcast nominees, the NYC Podcast Awards have been announced. The organizers say it is launching in direct opposition to the download first culture dominating podcasting. The Libby Awards recognize craft, sound design, writing, acting, engineering, and the creators themselves as highly as audience size. You've until January 10th to enter. So anybody who has a podcast, maybe we should put some of our podcasts in here, Trey. The NYC Podcast Awards here. You can enter now, make views, win a Libby statuette, one of the audio's most prestigious awards, and join the creators defining audio storytelling worldwide. So this is something that I'm kind of excited about. Maybe they'll recognize other things as long as people start putting in their submissions.
Yeah, I'm thrilled about this. Seems like, and I think you read in the article that this is kind of like a direct response to like the crappy Golden Globes and stuff like that. So I think this is going to be great. And I do think that anyone on our network who does a podcast should absolutely try and get in here.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Vaughn put in here, Mixer Flex a lot. It costs $10 million to make with a small dev team of 30. So they made Expedition 33 with a team of 30. It still took $10 million. I'm just going to say, go check out our merlincrypto.com app. We made that app with way less than that amount of money. So make sure that you check that out. Not that it does probably all the stuff that Expedition 33 does. But that's really cool. We also got some other podcast news here. We're going to do a few more podcast news, and then we'll kick it over to you, Trey, to talk about some of the Age of Radio news here. But we do have a Podcast Hall of Fame also. So again, there are all kinds of opportunities. It must be award season. There's all kinds of opportunities for podcasts to get in on getting some awards. And again, eventually over time, if you keep working at your craft, you'll get bigger and bigger. And maybe you too can get a Podcast Hall of Fame. The inductees of the 2026 Podcast Hall of Fame have been announced, recognizing what the organizers call visionary creators, innovators, and advocates whose work has shaped the modern podcasting landscape. The Hall of Fame ceremony is a Podfest, January 16th, 2026. The evening will be hosted by John Lee Dumas, founder and host of Entrepreneurs on Fire, which I have a backstory on Entrepreneurs Are on Fire, but I'm not going to say it live because I have my own opinions on John Lee Dumas and his Entrepreneurs on Fire. This year's inductees are Mark Asquith, founder of Captivate, Ariel Nissenblatt, founder of Earbuds Podcast Creative, Dan Carlin, creator Hardcore History, James Cridland, editor of Pod News. Love me some Pod News because we steal all their news. Love that guy. Pat Flynn, founder Smart Passive Income, Julia Samuels, president, CEO, Tech NYC, senior staff podcast troll attorney, EFF, Veronica Belmont, CNET's Buzz Out Loud, Sword and Laser, Mahalo Daily co-host of Techzilla. That woman is doing a lot of stuff. Sarah Von Mossel, former VP, sponsorship at New York Public Radio, Acast, Stitcher, iHeart, Sirius XM. Paul Cooligan, president, podcast partnership. Carrie Hoffman, CEO, PRX. Dan Miller, host 48 Days of the Work You Love in Memoriam, to be presented by Dave Ramsey, which I don't always agree with Dave Ramsey stuff, but I have to give him props. He's been doing that radio show for like 45 years. I mean, if that's commitment, if I've ever heard of it, we should do a thing where people can call in and be on the show. In fact, I'm going to get a line and Vaughn, I'm going to try that. I'm going to have you call in, see if we can get call-in people, because I can connect it to this L8. We can get people to call in live on air, and then we won't take their financial questions on air, but we'll take other questions on air. What kind of questions should we do, Trey?
Podcasting questions, media questions. Just talk about the news. I don't know.
We'll figure it out. We'll make Trey do it. Dustin, set that up for me. I need you to be in-house every Friday at 3:30 p.m. at my house to run this soundboard and run the phone calls. That's your new job, friend. I'm just kidding. We should make him do that, though. I think that Dustin deserves a punishment for the camera situation. One thing I was kind of disappointed about with LibCon is we weren't able to get any foam talk. We had no foam talk. I found a really cool. Remember, we found the Autobot foam thing that was amazing.
Yep,
You remember that?
I do.
Do you know what that was?
That was Decepticons of Arizona or something like that.
Yeah, it was. But I'm trying to find the amazing button. I can't find it. Trey, where's the amazing button at? Oh, I found it. You know what that was? That was amazing. I'm convinced StreamYard's having problems because this amazing isn't going over to the other. There we go. We got to hit it 9 times. It was amazing. You know, one thing I don't like, the one thing that I don't like about the amazing is that Joey didn't do it in our colors. He did it in like a red and a yellow. All right, this is something I am excited about. Then we're going to get into some Age of Radio updates and news. And we're moving the show to be a 2-hour show. We're going to try to stream this show for 3 hours straight. Trey, you look so tired right now. You look.
I'm not tired.
Am I exhausting you?
No, I think it might be my light's a bit harsh.
Yeah, it's really bright in this room too because of, you know who? Because Dustin. All right, this is actually kind of cool. I'm interested in this, and I hope that this is successful because I think social media people, companies should do this. The algorithm that Spotify uses to recommend content to its users is going to evolve, and it has the potential to have an impact on the kinds of music, podcasts, and audiobooks that subscribers discover in the future. For the first time, Spotify is giving users the ability to steer the algorithm in a particular direction. The change is beginning with music and in a single country, New Zealand, which I don't know why they chose New Zealand. Maybe it says somewhere in this article, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. Beginning yesterday, subscribers there will get beta access to a new feature called Prompted Playlist. Spotify co-president, CPO, and CTO Gustav Soderstrom said it's the first feature that puts control of the algorithm and the broader Spotify experience directly in users' hands. So Prompted Playlist lets you describe exactly what you want to hear and set the rules for your personalized playlist. And unlike anything before it, this feature taps into your entire Spotify listening history, which I don't have that, all the way back to day one. Each playlist reflects not only what you love today, but the full arc of your taste. Spotify then curates and keeps it fresh based on your listening patterns and world knowledge. So rather than computer code, users can use regular language to do things like ask for music from the past 5 years, then tell the app to feature songs they haven't yet heard, or tell it to include music from this year's biggest films. And Soderstrom does say stretching the boundaries of what listening can be as a user's ideas, logic, and creative power, the Spotify algorithm directing how it thinks, adapts, and responds to each individual. This is by far the best thing that I think that Spotify has done since I have started my angering rants against Spotify. Trey, what say you?
I think that this is a really cool feature. I kind of thought it was a little bit more on like directing the algorithm. I guess that's a little bit more of what it is, but I feel like that's on a playlist by playlist thing. I was kind of thinking of because Discover.
Like you would go ahead, Trey. Sorry, you're going to say what I was going to say, but I want to hear you talk because I've been talking a lot.
You haven't been. You're good. If you play the Discover Weekly playlist or the Discover playlist or whatever other playlist that they recommend for you, maybe you could say, I'm not so interested in this song, give me more of this and this song. But this almost seems like it's a, hey, I want to listen to a playlist of all my favorite songs from 2025 and focus on Netflix or Spyro or whatever, like all of that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's true. But I think I think this could be the beginning of that, right? Because like, let's say they're going to check the technology to see if this works, to see if people use it. So if you're in New Zealand, use this because of it. What would be great is if we could use AI type prompts, right? and then tell the discovery what we want to hear and see. Like if we had control more over the discovery on a regular basis, because I think what happens with discovery is we do stuff or stuff comes to us and we click on it. Like there was that situation with X where X would like, you could click on one thing on X for a while, and for some reason the algorithm would just find everything that was associated with that one thing, and it just started bombarding your feed with that type of stuff. And so if we can master this, then maybe we could get to a point where we could have it where we have direct prompts that can direct what's actually happening on our discovery feed.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And Instagram is also doing something kind of similar, and apparently Threads is too. But I don't like. There's no AI part in that. I think there's just some sort of a shaping feature.
Yeah, my guess is that AI will be a part of everything as we move forward into the future. I'm just saying that's what's going to happen. All right, Trey, we have not done anything in the community and Discord for a long time because you've been away for a month and I've been building and building and building. Trey, did you watch my annoying 5-minute test this morning? We're trying to get Mercury onto the ageofradio.com website as a live stream, and me and Dustin had to test and it didn't work. And another reason why we have to punish Dustin.
I did watch it. That was funny.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I was like, Dustin, I'm going to do this, but we're going to have to delete it afterwards. There was no point. I mean, and then when I did it, I accidentally just did it on Age of Jeremy. So I'm sitting there talking and Dustin messages me. He's like, you're not live on Age of Radio, Jeremy. And I'm all, what do you mean I'm not live on Age of Radio? I'm talking right now. And I was on the Age of Jeremy YouTube. And so here we are today, now having this amazing conversation. All right, Trey, let me know what are we going to try to do in the community here and what is going on, and tell me more about what you're creating in your life now that you're back in Montana.
All right. So I'm definitely getting back into the swing of things. I have moved Anime Roundtable. I wanted to do it this week, but I couldn't resist having some time with my aunt before I had to leave. So I moved it to next week. It's this Monday, and I'm hoping, Jeremy, between all of your grinding and walking through the fire, you've also had time to catch up on a little bit of Bleach.
Trey, I have not watched TV in a week and a half. I haven't even turned on my TV in a week and a half. I've just been going from work to exercising, back to work, back to exercising, back to work. And I'll try. I'm going to try to watch stuff on Sunday. I'm going to try to watch them because I got to do something because I'm not watching anything. I'm going to die. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to work myself to death, but the good part is it'll be worth it in the long run because we're starting to grow in a lot of different areas. And so I can get more money to help pimp your ride. Trey, what you should do, Trey, can you do this for me? Can you, if you have time this week, you should somehow make a video with you on Sora inside of what you want your Crown Vic to look like and make an AI video of it. You know what that would be, Trey? Can you guess?
Amazing.
It would be amazing. I'm so excited for that. That would be so fun. And to everybody out there,
Sora.
What?
Don't check my Sora.
Did you do it already?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's already on his Sora. I'm going to the store right now. I'm definitely going to hold on. I'm going there right now. I don't know. There's you. How do I watch your videos?
I didn't mean to derail you.
Oh my gosh. Trey. Oh my God, this is my new favorite video. Hold on, I gotta get it on somewhere. I'm gonna get it right now. You just made my entire week. I need to download it. How the hell do I download this? Trey, download it. Well, we're gonna do it next week. Next week, everybody stay tuned because we're gonna see Trey's AI slop of him in his Crown Vic, baby. Is that what color you want it to be too? That maroon?
It's like a ruby red matte is what it's supposed to be. I don't know if it
ruby red matte, baby. All right, so what else is going on? What's going on what are you doing? What creating stuff have you doing? I got a lot of new stuff coming up. What do you got going on though?
So I need to get back on my Substack. I've got my computer, I've got my full setup now, so there's no excuses for me anymore. I should be able to get that done, especially because I have my office, other than moving downstairs, which is going to be fun, and it'll be a different change of scenery too.
Yeah, Trey, can you give some more context to that? Because you just said that you're moving downstairs. It sounds like grandma's locking you in the basement. It's like it sounds like you're in trouble and you have to be like punished. And to do that, he's putting you inside of the basement.
No, that isn't it at all. No, I wanted a little bit more space to myself, because we've got a giant, and I'll try and send a picture, next Mercury, so that we can show this beautiful dog who's actually really nice, just sometimes a little bit much. Um,
Yeah, Trey, all dogs
and
are nice. They're dogs. They're the best animal ever. I'm just,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just messing with you. Okay, so continue your story.
So I decided to move downstairs. That was all of it.
Okay, that was a great story we got there. All right. Okay. So you're gonna get back on your Substack. I have to write an article with you. Have you ever heard of free write?
I have. I think I've heard the name. I don't remember what it was.
It's like a device that you can like be away, because like one of the problems that I have is my mind's so like always thinking of separate stuff that when I'm on my computer and I'm trying to write something, I get an idea in my mind or whatever, I shift to go like solve that thought or whatever. So like let's say I'm writing about, I don't know, something, and for some reason it reminds me. Remember when we were driving, I was driving you home and you're talking about your train of thought? Like you had a thing and then another thing and then another thing and then it asked you to ask me about something. So that tends to happen to me a lot. And then I try to go like find the solution to what I was kind of talking about, and or thinking about, I guess. And so free write is just a device that allows you just to sit and write. And so because it's not on the internet, but then you can download the content and get it on the internet. And so I was thinking about getting one of those so I could sit down and do writing, because I have some cool ideas for some new content, for the age of Jeremy brand and the things that I'm trying to build, in the world. And so because when I'm going to order that hopefully this weekend, and then sit down and start working on kind of like that article and start getting better at the writing, because technically for the most part we're journalists at this point. We're the best journalists out there. So screw you, CNN. I just want you, CNN, you're dead to me. It's all about Trey and his Substack. But when do you have the next article coming out on your Substack?
I'm gonna try and get it out by next Wednesday. This upcoming Wednesday, not next Wednesday.
Cool. And for people that don't follow you on your Substack, where can they find it at?
It's creatortrey.substack.com, or there, right there.
Or you can hit that that bad boy QR code with the little cute duck. Quack, quack. Cute little duck up there. You can hit that bad boy and get on over to Trey's Substack. I'm never going to quack again. That was ridiculous. I'll just leave that up for a little bit. It'll be fun. We'll have all kinds of stuff on the screen. You can also, hold on real quick, scan that one, everybody. You can get to our Age of Radio Discord. All right, Trey, did you have any other updates that you want to go over?
Not really. On the Discord end, we are going to do, I'm assuming we're going to do the gaming thing, or I need to check because I don't know if that's, I will let you guys know about the gaming next week because that might be around the Christmas time frame. But if you have your thing, we could also do Mario Kart on that point too for the gaming night on Discord, which is usually 2 Fridays from now.
When was the last time we had a gaming night?
It's been quite a while.
Yeah, because you've been gone. You've been on vacation for like 4 months. Freaking crazy.
It was a long vacation.
It was a long vacation. Did you have fun?
I did have fun. I had a lot of fun.
Who's also going on a long vacation? Katsushiro Harada. Did I say that very Japanese-like? I hope that no one ever hears me say that again. Is leaving Bandai Namco at the end of 2025 after a 31-year stint at the company. One of my dreams is to get, I love Razer products. Well, I always loved Razer products. I want their keyboard, and then I want to go buy Tekken and learn how to use the keyboard like the joystick one without the joystick, where it's the boop, 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 boop. That's what it'll sound like when I play it. And I want to play Tekken on it. I love Tekken, and I love Bandai Namco. one of my dreams is to have a pizza place that has a bunch of Bandai Namco games in it. So Trey, you're going to need to get us some ads faster on this show. We got to pump the show up so I can buy a pizza parlor. Harada, who has been with the series since the beginning and directed Tekken 3, Tag Tournament 4, 5, and 7, and produced a number of Bandai Namco titles, announced his departure on Twitter, saying, with the Tekken series reaching its 30th anniversary, an important milestone for a project I've devoted much of my life to, I felt this was the most fitting moment to bring one chapter to a close. I'd like to share that I'll be leaving Bandai Namco at the end of 2022 with the Tekken series reaching its 30th anniversary. Trey, how do you feel about are you a Tekken fan?
I've played it. I've never really gotten into it. That was more of the fighting game thing. My mom was more of the fighting game player, and she was more of the games where you could spam buttons. I feel like Tekken wasn't really one of those games that you could spam buttons.
How do you feel? Like, what are your thoughts on something like this? I mean, this guy's devoted 30 years of his life to this game.
I think that's fantastic, and I think that that's a lot of dedication, a lot of devotion, and I hope that he was well compensated for it, and I hope that his next endeavor is just as successful.
Yeah, that's about all I don't know what's down here, but it looks like a woman's. No, thank you. Harada explains, in recent years, I experienced the loss of several close friends in his personal life and in his professional life. He witnessed retirement or passing of many senior colleagues who he deeply respected. Those accumulated events made him reflect on the time that he has left as a creator. He adds that he sought advice from original PlayStation lead Ken Kutaragi, whose words quietly supported me in making this decision. So I think that I think it's one of those situations where you've dedicated a lot of your life to it, and then you're like looking back, not that you did a wrong thing with it, but what the future of your life is going to be, and he just made that decision, which I think is very, to be honest, kind of heartwarming when you think about it from that perspective.
I agree.
Yeah, we should all play Tekken. That's my 2 cents on that subject.
Tekken's
all right,
fun.
closing out on some other articles here. BCG reports project gaming industry revenues will hit $350 billion by 2030. An estimated 50% of studios are already using AI. Cloud gaming revenue will reach $18.3 billion by 2030, up 57% from 2023. 40% of gamers are consuming more user-generated content than last year. And I think that we're even headed into a bigger push into gaming as more millennials have, more, I guess, Gen Zers get older, that they're playing more mobile games, they're playing more gaming. And one of the things, too, that I thought that was not interesting, but we just had that giant acquisition from Jared Kushner's fund and the Dubai fund, I think it is, or one of the people in the United Arab Emirates, one of the kingdoms. I don't know much about the United Arab. Everything I've probably said was all wrong. But the point is that EA got bought in a private. They're taking EA private again through a fund, and more consolidation into gaming and more push into gaming is going to continue to happen. So there is a whole report from the Boston Consulting Group around this for gaming, and I'm interested to dive deeper into this. But I think that we're going to see an increase in generative AI in gaming as well, as we have been seeing over the past couple of months, as more and more gaming companies are starting to utilize it for bug reporting, even from some generative AI to creating some of the assets that are used inside of the game. So Trey, where do you think that the gaming is headed, and what are your thoughts on some of these numbers?
I think that those are very bullish numbers. I think that it's not going to grow. It is definitely going to grow, but a 50% upgrade. I mean, more and more people are getting added to the pool. Audiences are kind of leveling up and aging up. So I could see it. I just think that it's kind of high.
Yeah. And a lot of the times, most people kind of, I don't know, they try to, it also depends on too what, it's the Boston Consulting Group. They're supposed to just get consulting numbers and see what happens with it. So they're basing this off of Kager. But if we look at this a little bit closer here, we can see here too, this is from the actual report. Gaming industry growth is set to increase, editing the post-pandemic slowdown. So I mean, over these periods, we had 8%, 4%, 6%. I mean, Kager percent is 57%, 69%, 2025 to 30, mainly in the streaming services taking the bulk of this. Console hardware is going to be going down. So it looks like more and more. I mean, eventually, you think that more and more games will just all be from the cloud and we'll stream them. Do you think that's where it's going? Because isn't that how the PlayStation thing works? Aren't you talking? I have a PlayStation Portal, but I've never looked it up. Can't I go onto the PlayStation like software and then start playing the games like streaming them?
Yeah, you need a PlayStation Premium, but yeah, that's the main way. I would imagine that's the main way that people are playing the Portal now.
Yeah, and that's how
Also,
I want to play the Portal, and I want to do that. I just need to set it up. But I think that that's going to be really big, and I think this down here is going to be really big too. Almost half of all gamers, parents, kids start playing video games by age 5 because now we just throw our kids in front of computer screens to take care of them. So the more and more that we do that, the more and more they're going to be into games. There's just going to be, I think there's just going to be a huge trend in gaming. And as a gamer and someone who's an advocate for the importance of gaming, I do think that we need to be mindful of screen time. I think that we definitely need to be mindful of being on the screens. And I'm also a big proponent of teaching kids traditional gamings like backgammon, bridge, pinochle, chess, Go, Monopoly, Shoots and Ladders, doesn't matter. I'm a big proponent of games in general, and I think that we should have that part of our culture moving forward. And I think that's fine that we're doing that with kids at a young age. But I don't know, just have your kid in front of screens all the time playing games, and to get them playing games by the age of 5. I mean, I'm excited for that, and I think that we're going to have a bunch of smart kids, but they're also going to be kids that are constantly being raised by screens.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely concerning.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that plays out, but I think that we're going to get really big. All right, or gaming is going to continue to get really, really big. All right, to close us out here, Netflix sets May 2026 premiere for Devil May Cry Season 2. Trey, did you watch Season 1? That's the show with Johnny Young Bosch in it, right? He plays the voice of Bleach, or he plays the voice of Ichigo.
I think it is. So this is the anime, right? I remember something about a Devil May Cry anime, but it kind of dropped right off my radar. If it is, I'm going to be checking it out. If it's more live action, I might be.
No, this is the anime. This is the animated one. This is with Johnny Young Bosch, because this is what he was promoting when he was at Game On Expo. That I wanted to get an interview with him. Bless you, Trey.
Excuse me. Sorry.
You have such a gorgeous sneeze. Season 2 premieres on May 12th, 2026, with the date revealed during the Game Awards and the Netflix official channels. Returning talent includes, creator Abi Shakar, Studio Mir, plus voice actors Johnny Young Bosch, Robbie Damon, and Scott Taylor Compton. New episodes will advance the human-demon conflict and spotlight a confrontation between Dante and his brother Virgil. Season 1 debuted on April 3rd and logged about 5.3 million views in its first week. That's crazy. Insane. That is, congratulations to Johnny Young Bosch. The series is a Netflix original based on Capcom's franchise that intentionally reimagines the game's lore. Trey, any thoughts on this? Are you going to check it out? I probably need to watch it too, maybe. I don't know.
I'm 100% going to check it out. I'm probably going to check it out tonight. But also, when it says that it's already got Virgil included, I don't know. I haven't played all of the first game. It does make me wonder a little bit because it might have. Did you ever play DMC Devil May Cry?
Probably not. If I did, I don't remember, Trey. All I do is work. I'm glad I have this show for pop culture and know nothing about what's going on. That's the more the reason to everybody to watch this, so you guys can make fun of me. Continue, Trey.
Nobody's going to make fun of you.
I know. We're going to make fun of Dustin, though, and that's important.
Oh, yeah, there is a lot of making fun of Dustin. That's
Yeah, we should probably tone it down again. I apologize to him. He said, no, I know what I was getting into. And I was like, okay, cool. Anyways, continue, Trey.
So DMC was a version of Devil May Cry where they completely threw out most of the series, threw out Dante's hairdo, threw out most of what made him cool, and just replaced it with like a... anybody else who's in the comments is free to like jump in if you know what I'm talking about. it was just really, really, the early 2010s emo type deal,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
very like that.
Seems so long ago now. That was so long ago. That was like 15 years ago now. Good Lord, I was so young and beautiful. Had my life ahead of me. It was amazing.
You still got your life ahead of you.
Still young and beautiful. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, Trey. Thank you. I still have my life ahead of me, but I'm not young and beautiful. What the hell? All right. So last thing I want to talk about, Trey, real quick before we close out. I'm gonna get some more news articles for next week. So if you can get these, but Netflix looks like they're gonna be the proud new owner of Warner Brothers and HBO. Yeah.
So okay, we can actually discuss this a little bit because I did hear about this. I just didn't see. I forgot to look up the article. My bad on that.
No, it's
Um,
okay. I mean, you were traveling and I was tired and sleepy and crying. I don't know. Something was going on. Not really crying. My allergies have been really bad these last couple of days. But yeah, so Trey, talk about it. We have a few moments left before we close out, and then we can dive deep into it next week.
right. Okay. So there has actually been a kind of a hostile bid taken by not Paramount. It's or maybe
No, it was Paramount. The hostile bid is coming from Paramount because Paramount is owned by the Ellison family, and Ellison, which is the owner of Oracle. So Larry Ellison made a big play on this. Is like the stream of the thing of events that kind of happened. Larry Ellison has been kind of like Oracle's been in the background of AI, and they made a big bet on AI and redid a lot of their stuff. And so with a once fell swoop, they were able to make Larry Ellison like the richest man in the world for a moment because Oracle made a bunch of deals and became one of the biggest second players in AI technology from all the stuff that the stuff that they had done from their business planning. Well, from this big rise in time, I believe what had happened is he took some of that either right before that happened and started giving it to his son, who then went through and started buying up, trying to get more into media, and they ended up buying out Paramount. So, and it was right after the time that Paramount bought Skydance. So Paramount and Skydance are all owned by the Ellison family, and they're wanting to go in and get the rest of it, like create a really big media conglomerate by trying to buy out Warner Brothers and HBO Max. So but from my understanding, while there was a hostile bid for it, I believe Netflix is the one that's getting the approval that ended up with getting past the hostile bid to be able to purchase it, which means that Netflix is going to be ginormous.
It is going to be ginormous, and I think that they're going to release more details next week, so that's a good thing. But also, they said they actually told their stock owners, do not do anything because we are going to release news or their response next week. And I actually think because apparently, from what I heard, podcasts. If anybody is listening to podcasts, Primary Technology Podcast, um, I heard this on there. Apparently, not HBO, Warner Bros. Has gotten quite a few requests from Paramount and has shut them down every time.
Yeah, I'm looking at this up right now. Yeah, so 14 hours ago. Yeah, maybe actually maybe I'm behind on the bid because it looks like they just did another bid for it. No, this was for AP News released this 2 days ago. Paramount goes hostile in bid for Warner Brothers, challenging a $72 billion offer by Netflix. Paramount on Monday launched so this was Monday, hostile bid takeover offer Warner Brothers Discovery, initiating potential bruising battle with rival bidder Netflix to buy the company behind HBO, CNN, and a famed movie studio, along with the power to reshape much of the nation's entertainment landscape. Emerging just days after top Warner Brother managers agreed to Netflix $72 billion purchase, the Paramount bid seeks to go over the heads of the leaders by appealing directly to Warner shareholders with $77.9 billion and a buy to buy all of Warner's business, including the cable business that Netflix does not want. So that's kind of how Paramount might get this.
They might.
Yeah, Mr. Flexalot says, yeah, Paramount offer Warner Brothers $11 billion more than Netflix. That is crazy.
That is
I mean, if there's not something that if this isn't a monopoly, I don't know what one is.
Would it be better to have Paramount, because then it's still like it would even the playing field a little bit more? Although, have you heard the news that essentially having a streaming service for movies is like not getting a lot of people, it's not becoming a very big money spinner?
Is that because people still want to go to movies and watch movies at the big screen?
No, no. I just think that people don't realize how much it costs to run a server.
Oh yeah, no, they have no idea how much it costs. Me and Trames talked about that once for an Age of Radio thing, and it's a ridiculous amount of money to run a friggin'. In fact, we run a server right now, and it's a ridiculous amount of money. That's hardly anybody. If there's billions of people running off of, or billions of people with this, and tons of movies, I can't imagine the cost. It'd be fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. And so I'm wondering, do you think that Paramount is ready to absorb this cost, or do you think that this will, since apparently the Ellisons kind of have F off money?
They have beyond fuck off money. Hold on, let me look up Ellison's money. Let me look up Ellison family wealth. Ellison family money, wealth and cash. They have Larry Ellison's wealth is immense, probably from Oracle, but heavily concentrated on stock. Though he maintained this isn't his wealth amount. This is his cash amount. Larry Ellison has $34.8 billion just in cash.
That is
a man
insane.
In cash has $34.8 billion. Let me see what the Ellison family. Hold on, let me see what the Ellison family is worth. Yeah, they're worth right now about $250 billion. Yeah, they could easily finance the $77.9 billion themselves, and it wouldn't be it would be a dent. It would be a very small dent in their budget that they would eventually make up from that. And you know, Vaughn or Mr. Flex-a-Lot, I don't know if you want me to, anyway, Mr. Flex-a-Lot over here is saying folks are trying to tell him it's not a monopoly. That's they would own Paramount. Whoever gets this will own most media, including DC. Whoever gets this owns DC. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right, Trey. Let's we'll find some news next week as it drops. We're at after 5 o'clock, and I don't know if we're gonna make this a 9-hour show or what's going on. But but I love talking with you. But I know it's 5 o'clock Arizona time, which means it's 6 o'clock Montana time.
Not this time zone. No,
it's 7 o'clock.
Here too.
It's 5 in Montana.
Yeah, and the winters were synced.
Oh, that's amazing. So we could go for 3 hours and it wouldn't bother anybody. I'm just kidding. Trey, where are you going? You're going to take Grandma out to eat tonight? What are you guys having for dinner? I'm hungry. I mean, roast. I can't come over, but I'm hungry as hell.
We're not going anywhere. Grandma made roast.
Oh, Grandma made roast. Did she do it in a crock pot? How'd she make this roast? Tell me more about this roast.
Crock pot roast with potatoes and all the fixings. And I think she's going to probably have me have a salad because I don't eat the potatoes.
You know what we should do once a month when we do a lot of game news? We should have Vaughn just come on the show. Look at this. I think Vaughn's looking this information up. But Vaughn says they really want Warner Brothers because I don't know if y'all know or aware, but Warner makes about $28 billion in revenue annually. So they're buying as part of a cash position. I mean, and on top of it, I mean, streaming is the two biggest things in the world right now is gaming and streaming. That's the world right now. I mean, no one reads anymore or listens to books. I mean, I guess some people do. Trey does. I sometimes read. All right, Trey, final thoughts and calls to action, and we'll end this bad boy.
All right. I'm glad that Claire Obscura did so good on the gaming awards. That's all I got for call or thoughts. And then if you guys are interested, go check out my Substack. I'm going to be getting stuff back on there soon. Follow me just about everywhere at Creator Trey, and I'll pass it off to you, Jeremy.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for watching Mercury, your home for podcasting and pop culture news. Make sure to watch our amazing stint at LibCon West. It's on Age of Radio on YouTube, on X. It's easier to find on Age of Radio YouTube because you can go to the Mercury stream. You can watch all those bad boys. Great makeup tutorial. I did an interview with a book author, so go check that one out because I forgot his name off the top of my head. He's going to beat the crap out of me because he's a good guy and I see him often. So make sure that you watch that interview. Love it. And make sure that you listen to the Age of Jeremy podcast. New episodes are dropping every Tuesday, and we will be able to have other conversations with Jeremy. Watch my conversation on YouTube with Mario De Souza. Link with Mario, one of the founders of Omni Boulevard, the customer experience officer of Merlin. And we will be back with conversations and all other kinds of content. And as I always say, be thankful, grateful, and kind. And we'll talk with you guys next time. Bye.